Claiborne and Napoleon around about 10:30ish, and folks still be out there. And when the weather's great, the folks will still be out there. I think you're knocking it. You got to try. Like you said, you're not supposed to say no until you
I have
do it.
written, so I can't say that I have not written. I have written. I've done it. There's no need for me to do that again.
I thought I'd get you on that one.
Yeah, no. Like, nope. That would usually would be the one to be like, well, you're right. I gotta try it. No, I've tried it. I've done it.
Well, make Naren and Justin do it. They ain't
That's
got
what
nothing
I'm
to do with
saying.
their
Get
lives.
somebody else to do it.
Apparently, you ain't gonna do it.
Get somebody else to do it. I've done it.
You wouldn't even do one prior to Mardi Gras Day?
Say again?
You wouldn't even ride prior to Mardi Gras Day?
I did
like
ride prior to Mardi Gras Day. Remember?
Okay.
I rode was it the Sunday before? Yeah, I rode the Sunday before Carnival.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because I rode with Femme Fatale.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a wonderful time. It was great.
We tried.
I did.
We tried. I'm trying to get up there.
No.
Trying to get it to go.
Nope. And
only thing I didn't like about riding the truck parade was the bathroom situation. I just pretty much held it in.
And that is my biggest, I guess, fear, if you will. Because to load onto a float and to get off of a float is a situation during a parade.
Yeah, that's a chore. That's a chore. But the bathroom part, that is the catch.
And if you have a bathroom on it, I don't know that I would want to use it with people who've been
I don't
drinking
use it,
and
like
eating.
I just told you. I hold it. I hold it.
So that has always been my apprehension about riding on Carnival floats. That whole idea of getting stuck. And then if you're of a certain age, some people have routine systems, but because you're not eating what you would normally eat during the course of your normal life, you are drinking a lot, you are eating a lot of fried foods. When nature calls, that's a precarious place to be.
I will wear 2 Depends before I use the bathroom on that float. You hear me? 2 Depends. I'm not doing it. I mean, and go back to the East, man. I remember the East used to be closed after like 8 o'clock at night.
Depends, because remember certain parts of the East did have nightlife.
Certain parts was open.
Because you had like 7140 been out there for I don't know how long. So
who that?
7140. 7140's been around forever. And you had Whisper.
Yeah,
so it's certain
really
parts of the East.
Though? Like 7140, that's really Dwyer, not really the East.
Dwyer is the East. What are you talking about?
That's kind of like almost like you get the 8th Ward. 8th Ward is the 8th Ward a real thing?
Oh, it is. Don't tell them people that.
I don't know anyone that ever claimed the 8th Ward.
Oh no, it is. It definitely is a thing. And
I don't even know where the 8th Ward is at no more now. I don't even know where it's at. I just know 7, and they jump 7, go to 8. I mean, go to 9. They'll never say I'm from the 8th Ward.
Well, it's a real place. It's a real place. It's in Gentilly.
See, it's not real.
That's not okay.
Real. No one claims the 8th Ward. I've heard folks claim the 1.5.
Yeah, you've
heard it. I don't even know where that's at.
That's in Algiers.
See?
By the Fisher.
They claim the 1.5. See? Claim 1.5. You got
remember it was a scary thing to get lost or make that wrong turn on a bridge and get off heading in the direction of the Fisher Project.
That Fisher Project, man. All the Fisher Project was a West Bank Melphamine project.
No, the Fisher was notorious. And
Melphamine was notorious too.
Well, the Melphamine and the Magnolia, and really low key the Iberville too. Oh, but on none of them have nothing on the St. Thomas though. I gotta run that back.
That St. Thomas top tier. Nope. St. Thomas takes second place in the Desire Project. Old Desire was terrible.
Yeah, the Old Desire was. But then the St. Bernard was terrible too.
Not as bad.
They had a whole lot of stuff that was popping off in the St. Bernard Project.
I would say the St. Bernard and Iberville probably run neck and neck. That's what I would say.
I remember in the 90s seeing people walk through the courtyard with AK-47s.
Yeah, that happened on the record, especially in that Magnolia Project. That was crazy work.
So I don't know.
The Magnolia Calio,
this New Harmony.
The nicest, like the retirement village for like older gangsters was Lafitte Project. So like when you tired of being out in these streets, you go and retire in the Lafitte Project and you hide your little nest, your little bungalow with you and your grandmother. You frying fish and playing pitty pat. That is the retirement spot right there. Lafitte. Nobody ever worried about Lafitte Project. No one did.
No, it wouldn't be the notorious.
Lafitte
it wouldn't be the most notorious of them all.
It's a retirement village. It's such a nice place to go to. Lafitte Project.
You are crazy.
Even Dickie Chase was able to live around. You think Dickie Chase was able to exist around Desire or the St. Thomas?
Possibly. Because if you from the city, wherever you from, you gonna be there. If you think about all the restaurants that you know that are in and around, if you from that area, you from that area, and people could get it how they live.
Simple.
They definitely could get it how they live.
Them people, boy, them goons would have stayed robbing them tourists coming to Dickie Chase. Would have stayed robbing them. That same time as in Desire? Nah, they wouldn't be the Dickie Chase wouldn't be the exist around there.
Lord, I just got a text message from someone who had to let me know that the Calio had 35 murders in 1 year in 1995.
1 year? 35? It's not really that bad, is it?
Not really that bad in one location?
It wasn't that bad, though.
I know you lying to me, sir.
In 95, we had like 500-something murders, so that's not really that bad.
No, all of that in one location, that is statistically, that is high.
That Calio was
You better know where you're going and get out of there quick.
Boy, any chick I met that was out those areas, nah, I can't get down with you. Nah, you got to mess with the dudes back there, or we got to meet at a neutral spot. I would never come get you. Never
Lord.
Come get you. You sorry, you are a product of your neighborhood. Don't blame me. Blame the people.
Well, shout out to the people who made it out of that area, because everybody did not stay who lived there. There was quite a few people who made it out and are doing well. Shout out to them and shout out to their families for making sure they made it out. We got to take this break here, Josh.
All right, bye.
Later. Stay tuned to the Front Porch right here on WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about all day long.
From the campus of Xavier University, WBOK 1230 AM, Go, and Equity Media Station.
This news report is brought to you by New Schools for New Orleans.
I'm Bree Wood with 4 things you should know with BIN News. President Trump announced he will block federal funding for colleges and universities that allow illegal protests. He also threatened to arrest students involved in such protests. This announcement follows recent incidents of campus unrest. New details reveal Caleb Wilson, a black Southern University student, collapsed during a fraternity ritual in a warehouse, not a park. He had a seizure after being hit in the chest. Investigations and autopsy results are pending. Pastor Jamal Bryant of New Birth Missionary Baptist Church in Atlanta, Georgia, is leading a boycott against Target starting today, protesting the rollback of DEI initiatives. Over 50,000 people have signed a petition supporting the boycott. And Beyonce is paying tribute to Angie Stone after her sudden death over the weekend. A black and white photo of the late R&B singer is up on Beyonce's website, along with a personal tribute. Get BIN News on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Attention New Orleans educators. Are you ready to transform literacy education in your school? The 2025 Literacy Leader Cohort is a 2-year program designed to empower middle and high school leaders with cutting-edge science of reading training, coaching support, expert-led workshops, and earn a $3,000 stipend. Apply by March 21st to lead the way in reshaping literacy for our city students. Don't miss this chance to grow and make a lasting impact. Visit newschoolsneworleans.org to apply and learn more.
You're on the front porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
Pump the party. Yo, you know we going down in the studio. That 9-5 radio pump the party. Pump the party. Check it out. Kango Slim Cannon. Pump the party. Mr. Meter Cannon. Pump the party. Prime Time Cannon. Pump the party. Big Boy Cannon. Pump the party. Russ Size Cannon. Pump the party. Mr. Go Cannon. Pump the party. Black Minutes Cannon. Pump the party. East Slim Cannon. Pump the party. Who run this? Who roll it? Who run it? Who roll it? Who run it? Who roll it? Who run it? Who roll it? I say yeah 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 yeah. Big Squirrel Cannon. Pump the party. CC Cannon. Pump the party. Big Brett Cannon. Pump the party. Lil Little Cannon. Pump the party. Big Chuck Cannon. Pump the party. Lil All Cannon. Pump the party. Lil Rock Cannon. Pump the party. D-Del Cannon. Pump the party. Slim Tim Cannon. Pump the party. Big Money Cannon. Pump the party. Lil Eddie Cannon. Pump the party. Third Wall Cannon. Pump the party. Fourth Wall Cannon. Pump the party. Fifth Wall Cannon. Pump the party. Seventh Wall Cannon. Pump the party. Ninth Wall Cannon. Pump the party. Tenth Wall Cannon. Pump the party. 12th Wall Cannon. Pump the party. The 15th Cannon. Pump the party. The 17th Cannon. Pump the party. Black Cannon. Pump the party. G Money Cannon. Pump the party. Easy E Cannon. Pump the party. Big Smiley Cannon. Pump the party. Now where they at? Look. Oh, where they at? Look. Oh, where they at? Oh, where they at? Oh, where they at? Look. Oh, where they at? Look. Oh, where they at? Where they at? Let it go. I said, girl, get off me. 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 Kango Slim Cannon. Pump the party. Mr. Meter Cannon. Pump the party. Prime Time Cannon. Pump the party. PNC Cannon. Pump the party. Lil Man Cannon. Pump the party. Insane Cannon. Pump the party. 9-8 Cannon. Pump the party. Silky Slim Cannon. Pump the party. 40T Cannon. Pump the party. The Bounce Squad Cannon. Pump the party. The Boom Cat Cannon. Pump the party. Big P Cannon. Pump the party. Now the third wall hustler, the Calio school, you're down with the 10 but the 17 rule. Third wall hustler, the Calio school, you're down with the 10 but the 17 rule. 4 plus 5, and what do you get? You get a 9 war brother coming real with it. I said 4 plus 5, and what do you get? You get a 9 war brother coming real with it. That 1, that 7, I what do that spell? Third time is raising hell. That 1, that 7, I what do that spell? Third time is raising hell. 5 plus 5, and what do you get? You get a 10 war brother coming real with it. I said 5 plus 5, and what do you get? You get a 10 war brother coming real with it. I said twerk some Dilly. 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 I get boota boota. 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 I said Hollywood is in the house. I said Hollywood is in the house.
Welcome back to the Front Porch here on WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about all day long. I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree, and bringing us back with PNC. What up, y'all? My guys, it is Bad Churn Wednesday, and Josh, since you asked the question, do we have a second ward, first ward, 14th ward, or 11th ward? I will answer that for you. And you're right. Even in this song, the 8th ward is not mentioned, but there are 17 wards in New Orleans. The first ward would be St. Peter, Bourbon, Elysian Fields, and the River. The second ward is Canal, Bourbon, St. Peter, and the River. Third ward, y'all know what the third ward is. Stop playing. It's Uptown. Then the 13th ward, I didn't know existed. That is Uptown and part of Broadmoor. Because when they start talking about certain neighborhoods, I don't even consider them wards. You also have the 9th ward, which is the largest easternmost part of New Orleans. And the 7th ward, we know where that is as well. And then the 17th ward, of course, that's Uptown. So, there's 17 wards. Do I know where they all are? No, I absolutely do not. Absolutely do not know at all. But they exist. They exist. So I hope y'all doing well on this Bad Churn Wednesday. I've been kind of recapping some of the things that took place on Carnival Day, and saw my line sister's husband, who I called affectionately best friend, and he handed me a bottle of wild turkey. Who drinks that? And I happily passed it on to a set of people who had an open bar along my walk from Gallier Hall to the Zulu Club. But who drinks wild turkey? I'm curious, because that's not an alcohol that I have ever reached for in life at all. But yeah. Carnival Day, we talked about the parades and the fact that the trucks parades are going to be rolling on Saturday, which to me I think is crazy work. Yeah, add them to the St. Patty's Day parades. It's mostly them people anyway. I mean, I know that families tend to ride in the truck parades of different colors, but that's mostly them. Let them roll on on St. Patrick's Day, or come up with another reason or occasion for them to ride through the city of New Orleans, because it kind of defeats the purpose that the city got shut down on Saturday, and there's going to be more parading to come so soon. It's very odd. Very odd. But yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff that are going on within the city, around the city. I don't know if you all have been checking the news that Canada has been mocking the orange one about the tariffs, and now they're no longer they're now signing executive orders about how they're not going to sell American products in Canada. I love that. I love that. And I don't think it is a situation to punish the individual Americans. But also it's you threw down a gauntlet and the people say, let's play. And I love it. I love it, because we should not be operating as bullies. We should be able to use our words and have conversations with people. Disagreements will come and go, but just to make demands on people and expect them to follow your demands is crazy to me. Very crazy to me. Josh says that getting a bottle of wild turkey is like getting a pack of Winston cigarettes. I don't know the comparison, because I've never smoked cigarettes for real. So what's the comparison? But either way, wild turkey sounds like something dangerous to drink. We've had the conversation about alcohol and different brands and things that just don't sound safe to drink. Wild turkey, just in the name of itself, it just doesn't sound like a smart thing to start drinking. But I did hand that off to some families, a family that had their own bar, and they just added it to their bar. They're like, somebody will drink it. Somebody will drink it. He said Trudeau in Canada is a cool guy to me. I mean, whether you think he's cool or not, he's definitely showing the strength that the Cheeto in chief is pretending to have. Strength is not necessarily loud. Strength is often quiet in how people move. You don't need all that bravado and all that flexing and squawking to prove your point. If you're gonna do it, do it. If you're gonna make a move, bust a move. but doing all that posturing and that big talk is often a waste of time, and people who usually do it end up being the suckers. So, you don't know a person who smokes Winston's or a person who drinks Wild Turkey. Well, that goes along with my assumption about how safe either of those things sound. So there's that. Uh, but yeah, I often have seen people in different situations do a lot of braggadocious talking or a lot of boasting and big talk about how tough they are. And then when it's time for them to either step in a place of defending themselves or even starting a fight and being on the offensive and end up getting the brakes beat off of them. Again, strength is quiet. Weakness is loud. And right now we have a big diaper wearing weak punk sitting in the White Office at the helm of the country, assisted by the weird baby daddy that is Elon Musk, guiding him and paying or at least pretending to look like he's going along, but is making all sorts of decisions that are affecting everyday American people. And mind you, the everyday American people that voted for them are now having buyer's remorse. And I care not about what you are dealing with. You thought this was only going to hit certain people because you think that you are the real Americans and that you feel as if people who are not white are the immigrants, when in fact your ancestors are indeed the immigrants. This land belonged to the Native Americans. And if you are not that or not of that lineage, this does not belong to you. It does not belong to you. Y'all are the thieves in this case, which is why I always make the joke on Columbus Day of this is the day for you to find something and say it's yours. It's crazy. But no, that's not fun. That's not nice. I mean, that's what your ancestors did. They stumbled upon a place that was already there and said that now it's theirs. You're a thief, according to the laws. This is not your country. This is not your land. It's stolen. And portions of this this land belong to Mexico. The people who you keep telling them to go back to your country. If you live in Texas, you should move off of them people land. That's not yours. And the people who sold it is crazy work, because how you sell stolen merchandise? But then that's going to start a whole nother conversation, because the people who are descendants of slaves are also stolen merchandise. And how do you sell stolen goods? But at some point, we're going to have that conversation. And for those of you who say we should get over it and it's done and it's finished, that was 400 years. It happened. And there are still systems in place to keep people who are not white in a place of disadvantage. That doesn't mean if you're a poor white that you have every advantage, but in the very idea of advantages, you have one. Your whiteness. Now, whether or not you wasted your whiteness, like you're poor, you live in a trailer park, or you don't have health insurance, that's a waste of your whiteness, because you had the one advantage that seems to make an impact. If your hustle did not allow for you to study hard, if your hustle did not allow for you to excel in your area of business, or excel in managing your money, that's because you wasted your whiteness. You already had the advantage that so many people of color have to work twice and three times as hard to be considered equal. So yeah. And when y'all call us lazy, it's crazy to me, because the highest percentage that lives on government assistance is white people. It's not the blacks. It's not the Latinos. It's not the Haitians. It's you white people. Y'all are the most uneducated group of people that live here in these United States. And I know why you hate us, and us meaning black women. You hate us because you ain't us. Because in spite of the fact that you have built so many systems for us to be, to not excel, we still out here killing the game and dealing with your foolishness at the same time. So when I say we are not being polite anymore, that we're checking you on site, yeah, we're doing that. We're definitely going to continue to do that because we should have done that a long time ago. A part of the history that does not get told about revolts. There wasn't just one revolt. There were several different revolts on plantations. But that's a part of the history that y'all want to not tell because it hurts your feelings. Well, you have hurt our bodies. You have tried to kill our spirits. You have tried to destroy families. And at the end of it all, we're still here. We're still here and doing well. So we should be doing better. Even while fighting y'all with a hand behind our back, we're still moving forward. And I know you hate us because you ain't us. If you're worried about that, stop wasting your whiteness. Get off the welfare. Get off the public assistance, the housing, especially these white people that live out in rural areas. Vitamin deficient, hair, barely 2 strands of hair on your heads because you don't eat well and your SNAP benefits have now been cut. Listen, I know you hate us because you ain't us. Stop wasting your whiteness. Being cruel to people does not make you superior. Not at all. And with the decisions that have been made or the actions that are being taken by this government, you thought it was just gonna hit us meaning the black people and the Latino people, and you didn't worry about the Asians. And Asians, I need y'all to stop aligning yourselves with the whites because they don't like y'all either. But right now, the world is answering us back, letting us know they not messing with us, and we would hate to not have the allies as we move forward because the song "They Not Like Us," or us black people gonna start doing that performative stuff of wearing blue bracelets to show the rest of the world that we the cool Americans. Like you weird white people trying to show, we stand with you. Yeah. Get your people to stand with us too, because they did not do that when it was time for election day. Y'all stay tuned to the Front Porch right here on WBOK 1230 AM, what New Orleans is talking about all day long.
Good morning and happy Ash Wednesday. I'm Daryl Forges with WDSU News, and here's your headlines. The New Orleans Police Department is investigating 2 separate shootings this morning. The first one happened just before 2 a.m. at the intersection of Common and Barone Streets. Police say a woman was shot in her cheek. Then about 10 minutes later, a man was reportedly shot in the stomach at St. Andrew and Magazine Streets. No word on either victim's condition or any possible suspects. Now it comes after a deadly shooting in New Orleans East shut down parts of I-10 last night. We're told a man was shot and killed on I-10 East just past the Crowder exit. Police believe the incident may have stemmed from a fight. The NOPD has not released the name of the victim or any suspect information. If you know anything about any of these crimes, call Crime Stoppers at 504-822-1111. This Mardi Gras was bittersweet for Mayor LaToya Cantrell since this was her final Mardi Gras as mayor. Over the course of her 2 terms, Cantrell has navigated tough situations related to Mardi Gras like the COVID-19 pandemic and other security challenges. And this year posed another challenge with the threat of severe weather. Cantrell's term expires January 9th of next year. And if you're Catholic, you know the start of Lent means no meat on Ash Wednesday and every Friday until Easter. There are several churches in the area where you can get a fried fish plate on those days. Churches in Orleans and Jefferson parishes and other parishes will be serving fish on some or all Fridays during Lent. Head to nolacatholic.org to see a complete list of churches participating. I'm Daryl Forges, and that's your headlines for WBOK. Have a great day.
The New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation is the nonprofit organization that owns the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival presented by Shell. With the funds generated from Jazz Fest, the foundation invests in Louisiana companies through economic development, cultural enrichment, and free educational programs. To learn more about what the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation does, please visit www.jazzandheritage.org.
Join Elvin Ailey American Dance Theater for thrilling premieres, the beloved classic Revelations, and more. America's most popular modern dance company will rock your soul and renew your spirit with show-stopping performances sure to captivate longtime fans and first-timers alike. Coming to the Mahalia Jackson Theater in New Orleans on March 21st and 22nd. For tickets, call New Orleans Ballet Association at 504-522-0996 or visit novadance.com.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. You're on the front porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
Okay, you guys, come on. This is really gonna be fun.
All right, we're about to kick this off. Everybody in the house, check this out. Throw one hand in the air. Wave it like you just don't care. And if you're ready to rock with the Get Fresh crew, somebody say, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now we're gonna start like this. Hey, say hola, hola, hola. Let me say hola, hola, hola. Come on.
to the Front Porch here on WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about all day long. I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree, and bringing us back with a little bit of Dougie Fresh is Justin. Y'all, I am enjoying the comments on today, and just had a conversation with Justin about a post that I just made. I don't know what's up with this camera, but it's frozen. It has me with the same goofy look on my face that I'm sure it happened a long time ago. But yeah. Oh, Elon only wears black clothing, and in all my life, all the villains wore black clothing. Gargamel in the Smurfs, Destructo is that? In G.I. Joe, Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget. Dr. Claw didn't have no clothes. He just had that claw. It wasn't silver. I don't ever recall seeing Dr. Claw's body. And yeah, you know, we got to start having some conversations. But I just saw a post about the crew of Toth has kicked out 2 members after Confederate beads have been thrown at a parade. Now, that's a good PR move. But y'all knew that people is like that. You have members in your crew like that. That's what I'm saying. Make racists uncomfortable again. At some point in some conversations, y'all make it cool for them to say and do those kind of things. This wasn't something they woke up one day and decided to do. They've been having those kind of conversations and nobody checked them. So, yeah. Check them people. Make them uncomfortable. You don't have to like people who are not the same ethnicity as you. Nobody's saying that. But the respect needs to be there. Stop letting people play with you. Stop letting people play about the people you care about. Make people who are out of pocket uncomfortable. Make them uncomfortable. Part of the reason why white people love Trump so much is because they feel like after the immense work that we have had to do in order to get some progress and order to climb economically, that we worked so hard, and in spite of all of the trappings of not being white, y'all still haven't been able to keep us down. But they still having conversations about it. They mad. They are so angry. How dare they progress in spite of all the things that we have and roadblocks set up against them? Make them uncomfortable. And this is a pure example. Yeah, y'all kicked the members out after they threw the beads, but y'all knew that these kind of conversations are being had. Y'all have those kind of conversations. So that whole going high, if you go low, I'm going to Hades. Because I'm going to meet you where you are. And after I say what I had to say, I'm going to keep it pushing. I'm not mad. I said what I said. You heard what I said. But you are going to be likely mad because I didn't let you slide with that. Stop letting people slide with the foolishness. When it comes to sexism, same thing. There are all these rules and legislation and all of these comments about what women are supposed to do and the things that are inappropriate. But y'all don't check these boys on that. Oh, she got raped because she dressed too scantily. What? No, she got raped because your boy is a rapist. Men who ask for, this is the funniest thing to me. Men who are always talking about, oh, they don't respect me. You got to respect me. I promise you, a man who is a leader does not have to ask to lead. He just does it. And the people who see him as a leader will follow. That's a punk move for you to constantly holler about. She won't listen to me. She not following me. I'm the man. I'm supposed to be the head. If you are a leader, then you should be doing so. And if you are not, then you don't. It is what it is. Be okay with that. For the older people who are so set in their ways and are resistant to change, make Momo, Mimi, Paw, Pop, and all that, make them uncomfortable just because they have the age on them, and while some of the things that older people say I think are funny, it's not okay for them to be disrespectful. It's not. It's not okay for them to be disrespectful and for you to only see things their way. Respect has nothing to do with age. Everybody who has a Everybody who is a human being and a vessel has the right to be respected. Being respected and disagreeing with you are two different things. I don't have to respect you and I don't have to agree with you in order to be respectful. And we have to start opening the floor for people to express how they feel. And at the end of it all, again, your feelings are your feelings. You don't have to conform. But as a living person, I also don't have to agree with what you're saying just because you're older. We got to start having conversations about this. But old practices that aren't serving us, throw it away. Get rid of it. Find a new way. Break down what your issue is for real with people who are not straight. It's just not right. It's not okay. What about it? It's not okay. And what a part of it do you have to participate with? For all of those, and especially for people who use religion to support their bigotry, like it's wild to me because you pick and choose which sins you're going to enforce and which sins you are going to attach yourself to. There's a whole lot of sins that are in practice every day that nobody tends to pay attention to. The 7 deadly sins, every day. You don't check people about that. People not going along with the Beatitudes, people don't pay attention to that. But you pick and choose the places in which you're going to attach yourself because of why. Is it something that's weak within you that makes you uncomfortable about it? Because if it don't have nothing to do with me, it's not bothering me. Not at all. I'm curious. And I've heard a couple people call in, one by name John. I heard him call in on another show, and he made some comments about this president knows the difference between who's a girl and who's a boy. And he also made some comments about women being gold diggers and to what degree they are gold diggers. And at 60, you still alone. Like, you gotta stop letting people slide. You gotta stop letting people slide. And unless you want to keep having and spinning our wheels and going round and round and round and round, we're gonna still be here. Yes, I disagree with you. No, I don't think you need to die because I disagree with you. But if you disagreeing with me means that I have to take a short or a loss because you disagree with me, now we have a problem. And that's what this whole changing of laws and ideas that affect the Constitution for a promise that has not yet been fulfilled for all of its citizens. That's why we keep coming to the table. Y'all keep letting people play with y'all. I love the fact that last night, several different Democrats that did not show up for the Klan rally that they had last night. And shout out to Al Green, the congressman who did what Marjorie Taylor Greene had done while Joe Biden was giving an address, the State of the Union address. But all the rest of these polite Democrats, step your game up. Get yourself together. It's time to fight them the way they understand it. However, when we're talking about fighting, Black people, don't you carry your behinds out into the street protesting. They're trying to incite riots. Vote with your dollars and then vote with your vote. Vote with your dollars and then vote with your vote. Target is out here screaming into the ether because people are not shopping there. The same thing needs to happen with other organizations and businesses that have shown you that they don't respect you. Crazy. Craziness. Oh, Josh, you thought it was Al Green, the singer, that said something to Trump? Why would Al Green be... Why would Al Green be there? Do they invite entertainers? Nah, that's a whole nother conversation. Did they escort Marjorie out of the rotunda? Not when she was yelling at Joe Biden. She sat there with a hat on, and I don't think you're even supposed to wear a cover inside of those chambers. Crazy work. but they pick and choose. They pick and choose. Craziness. Yes, Josh, apparently there's an a la carte of sins we don't know about. Well, again, check them people. Stop letting them play with you. Like it's too much to keep letting stuff slide. And then once the problem becomes so large, now you're trying to contain it. No, get it slow. When little kids, when they're little and they go to reach for something that's hot, what you do? You pop them on the hand. The pop is not for them to be hurt. The pop is to, hey, let you know that's danger. People start talking to you sideways, pop them on the hand with your words to let them know that what you're saying is not okay. It's injurious. And if they don't stop, the best way to deal with people who don't have good understanding is to hit them harder. Most bullies or most people who like to attack other people, they normally will stop if you hit them hard enough. And it doesn't always have to be a physical hit. It can be a hit with your words. It could be a hit with exposing them, because most of the people who continue to do these bad or have these bad behaviors is because nobody's called them out on it publicly and embarrassed them. Again, make racists, bigots, misogynists, classist ashamed again. Bring back shame. Disagreements is fine. Disrespect will never be okay. And this whole, again, respectability politics, that's dead. Because they have no respect when they're being disrespectful to you. Stop worrying about other people's feelings. Trying to be, well, I don't want to say anything to upset you. No, I'm upset now. So now we both going to be upset until we come to some resolve. We've got to get to that point. Justin, remember we were having a conversation last week about how we make things lighter for other people by making ourselves uncomfortable?
Yes.
At what point are you expecting to be comfortable? Or is it cool for you to go through life like that? Making other people comfortable by making yourself uncomfortable.
It's funny. It's funny you say that. You would think, yes, at some point we should feel comfortable, right? But like literally this morning, I went to Chick-fil-A and I go in to get my food. And like, we were coming at the door at the same time, me and this police officer, coming at the door at the same time. And like, it's just natural for me to be like, let me just let him go by, right? And I did it, and he stopped. He was like, no, you can come. And then I was like, oh, no, come on, right? And it made me think, I was like, I didn't even, it was just a natural thing for me just to move aside and let the man come. And I was shocked when he did it for me, because usually they just come on. Now, granted, this was the other, he didn't look like me. And it was nothing, no big deal, but it was just my natural reaction, just to step aside and let them pass.
But for how long are you going to make yourself uncomfortable?
Come on, we talked about it. Like,
I know.
It's just a natural reaction, because
it's not really natural. You've conditioned yourself to that.
I conditioned myself.
You have to decondition yourself. Yesterday while I was walking, so we're on the sidewalk. People like to walk in the middle of the sidewalk, or people like to they like to walk side by side with their friends. The traffic, you stay to your right. If you keep on in that pattern, I'm not stepping into the grass. I'm going to take your shoulder off nearly.
Yeah, but see, you can do that.
No.
And get away with it. I can't.
Listen, you're bigger than me, right? Who's going to hurt if who runs into who? So it would behoove me to move to the side. You see what I'm saying? If you're driving your car and you're coming against an 18-wheeler, are you going to yield, or are they going to yield? Hello?
I mean, common sense says that, right? And then whoever's in the wrong should be the one to yield or, stop. But I also look at that.
If you are continuing and you have the right of way, traffic rules.
Mm-hmm.
You have to monitor. They have to be responsible for their behavior. Now, if you bump into me because I was on the right side and you decide to walk in the middle, take care of that shoulder, baby, because I've already prepared myself for that. And next time, maybe you think about it, or if we have a conversation. Matter of fact, I did have a conversation with somebody, not yesterday, but in the French Quarter, and I can't believe you're walking in the middle of the sidewalk, ma'am. Move over. It's a shared space.
It is, and you're not wrong in that, right? But for me, and this is kind of what we was talking about, like I have been, conditioned is a great word to use, but I have been conditioned to always think of, like, for lack of a better term, the bigger picture. Like what, or not even the bigger picture, but how can I de-escalate the situation at all times?
But the bigger picture has you inconvenienced, and that's a problem, because if that was your wife or if that's your son, are they going to make the same allowances? They're not. So we have to build a mutual respect by making them realize, hey, y'all are not the owner. You're not the owner of the road. Move. Get out the way.
I agree. I don't have no disagreement with that.
You gotta move.
That's just a tough, because now, granted, I haven't been put in many situations, but let's use that example. I'm in the right, but I bumped this lady or this guy.
She bumped you if she's in the wrong.
Well, okay, you're right. She bumped me.
So she can be charged with assault.
I agree.
Because you didn't move.
But how confident are you?
Pretty.
That when if
confident.
It escalates and the police gets involved.
I'm pretty confident. You are walking in the middle of the road. This is a shared space. Like if we were in two cars on a single lane highway, if you cross into my lane and hit me, you are out of order. So if you cross into the path, if we're sharing a space, you are wrong. Now you've assaulted me.
You're 100% right by the letter of the law, by common sense, by everything that we wish it was. I don't have that same amount of confidence to believe that I am going to be, even though I'm right, 100% in the right, that it is going to be taken that I am in the right. So because of that lack of confidence in the world, I try to avoid those situations at all times, and that oftentimes me being inconvenienced, so that potential opportunity will happen.
That's not okay.
It's not okay.
That is not okay.
I agree 100%.
And like yesterday, they had a couple of people who I saw it and they was like trying to see if I was gonna. No, I'm not gonna move. So they filed behind each other. Yes, y'all are walking together, and yeah, I'm on the right side of the road. We can keep on this pathway. And I had one of them that had made a quick switch so, they wouldn't collide with me. But no, I'm not walking in the grass, friend. I'm not.
And I wonder, and I would love for people to chime in, but I wonder if it's a male and female thing, right? Because like when I'm walking with my wife, and she always wants me to lead, like she be behind me. I want her to be in front of me so I can always see her at all times, right? But if there are places like when we're walking, she may, let me just squeeze through here. I'm like, I ain't gonna make it, because if I can't squeeze without bumping into somebody or hitting somebody or something like that, and like, but she doesn't see that. Like she doesn't register to her that, it's like I'm right. This is the way I'm supposed to go. Let me continue on going. And I'm like, well, hold on, because it's gonna be an issue. And I try to avoid.
I get it. I know. You're not pro conflict at all. No, I get it. But I'm just saying, until we start making other people recognize that you are making me uncomfortable by your behavior, they're gonna continue along with it. They're just absolutely not going to make any adjustments. We're going to take this break, y'all. Stay tuned to the Front Porch right here on WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about all day long.
This is your news update for WBOK 1230 AM from WDSU. For all your news and weather, watch WDSU News, New Orleans' leader in live, local, late-breaking news. Today at noon and 4 p.m.
Breezy and cooler today. Wind advisory until 6 p.m. Wind speeds 20 to 25 with gusts up to 35 expected. Mostly sunny, though, with highs in the low to mid-60s, so slightly cooler. Cool and dry tonight, lows in the 40s, 60s, and sunny for Thursday. Warming back to the 70s by Friday. From the WDSU First Warning Weather Center, I'm Raven Richard.
Late nights are made for chillin', and you can do just that every Sunday night at 10 p.m. as DJ Wick brings you The Love Zone. It's the perfect way to top off your weekend with your favorite old and new school ballads. So sit back, relax, and let DJ Wick take you to the Love Zone on WBOK 1230 AM and on the World Wide Web at WBOK1230.com.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do...
Let's play something, Grandma.
...became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Visit DePaul's new Algiers Health Center at 2801 General de Gaulle Drive to receive primary and preventive care for both adults and children. Services also include behavioral health, imaging, and on-site pharmacy, vision, Medicaid enrollment assistance, and more. For appointments, visit DePaulCommunityHealthCenters.org or call 504-207-3060.
You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
Welcome back to the Front Porch here on WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about all day long. I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree, and it is Bad Churn Wednesday. I got a bad child back on the line. 504-582-9422. Hey, Josh.
Man, y'all got me calling like Pam.
Listen, not like Pam, like that other one.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice.
Nah, I'm not that dude. Not that bad. But yeah, he right. Once a black man become the size of John Coffey from the movie The Green Mile, he can't go bumping white folks all willy-nilly on the street. Them police go shock the hell out that dude, man. He's right, Kimber. That's one thing y'all can get away with that we cannot.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he is too big to be bumping white folks. He's too big, even though he didn't right or wrong. They gonna always think that he was the one that started it.
Well, I'm telling you now, I'm not giving nobody no pass. If you like your shoulders, make sure you on your side of the sidewalk, because this is a shared space. It is a shared space, and
I know. I always say that
it's little things that undergird or support their bad behavior. You keep kowtowing, they're gonna keep on doing it.
He can do it to white dudes, but he can't do it to a white woman. She go cry.
They do that all the time. And again, what shocks them is when like the police get called on them, and it's like, I can't believe you call the police. I'm calling the police on you too. That's how that works.
I always say that, Kimber, you are probably a few chromosomes away from being a dude.
I am a dude. I told y'all that when I first got on the Front Porch.
I know.
Y'all didn't believe me? I am a dude.
I know. I hear it every time I hear it. I recognize like she got all that dude energy. You understand that sometimes she's a woman, she can get away with that, but she got so much dude energy.
I am very comfortable in did I tell you they used to call me the pretty IGGA?
No, you didn't. You told me they call you Big Butt Kimber.
Oh,
I remember that.
Yeah, I have been. Yeah,
I remember that one, but I never heard.
But
about
no,
this
they
one,
high school. They used to call me the pretty IGGA. Yeah.
Hey, bro.
And for some people that would give people pause, about that, because some people felt like it may have been an insult. But I got what they were saying, because all my life I've been told you think like a man.
Yeah, you do.
And it's not that no. Being analytical is not male or female.
Oh no.
No, I think like a G.
The analytical part of you is not the masculine side of you.
Huh?
It's the confrontation. The analytical part is not the masculine side of you. The confrontational part of you is the masculinity in you.
As a human part of me, everybody got humbug in them.
Not really.
Everybody got humbug in them.
You got a little bit more than most.
If you're a guy who does not command respect from people, does that mean you're feminine?
No. Don't mean you're feminine at all. What I'm saying is that you always kind of wanting to smoke. It's so much aggression. So aggression is tied to men.
Is it though? You ever gotten to an argument with a woman at 5 feet or shorter?
Well, yeah, they gonna have words with you, but men only go fuss so much. Real men go just fuss so much.
They fight too. Little women, particularly,
they're
very humbuggish. Very humbuggish and swing first.
Not all of them, but you, my dear, like Mr. O'Boy would say, Toby, wife's beautiful daughter. You. Mr. Larry would call you that. You different. You just got to own that.
I'm my daddy's child. I am definitely my daddy's child, and I like fairness. I like fairness. I do not allow for people to be unfair to other people. I don't appreciate that. Messing over people, I don't think it. And then messing over people and then having like a snide comment, a slick comment on top of that, absolutely not. No. We can't do that.
All I know in my experience is that every woman, a girl that says your mom first can fight. All of them girls throughout my life, I've seen them girls. And then your mom, they can fight. Because they know that is the fighting word. Like, they're saying that to want to engage. That's the fighting word. So you are doing nothing but
I will provoke you until you take some action, which is why I don't rib. That's why I don't rib, because I'm gonna say that messed up thing. You're gonna cry. You're gonna want to fight me. And
your mom is the main agitator. Every black fight started with, man, he was talking about my mama,
which is crazy. Because
you go straight to that.
I don't even know why people be bothered by that. Because of all the things that people could say, your mom is not the worst.
That's the worst for back when I was growing up. The worst you could do is talk about the mama. The mama could be on crack.
Your mom ain't the worst.
Mama? Boy, you about to get whipped. I don't care if your mama is on crack. Don't you talk about that lady. Leave her alone now. You just a little bit. Few more. I ain't gonna call back no more. I quit.
Listen, I told you, it's unlimited calls. And
I know, but I don't know.
And you make a point and you land your plane, so you are more than welcome to call.
Yeah. I just wanted to say that dude can't go around bumping people like that, Kim. But that dude knows. He knows. At least he knows what he's.
But he's not bumping anybody. They would be bumping into him.
Yeah, but Kim, like Josh saying, when the police are called, when it becomes a big deal, it's just big black angry black
craziness.
Man. I was in the right.
They would walk into a brick wall, and Justin, you are like a brick wall. I would not walk into you.
That makes it worse. If I was a lot smaller, then maybe I can get away with it.
No,
right?
if you wouldn't, if you were a lot smaller, you would be less willing to resolve things. You rarely see big dudes off and ready to pop off. You rarely see that because of the size. They don't have to. People look at you and go, "Is it worth it?" Like, what is the means to the end that I'm trying to get to? Well, little dudes, they always have an approval. I'm about that life. Not big dudes. You have to think,
If that brick wall had a mirror of a black man on it, then they'll shoot that brick wall too. They'll shoot it. He knows what happened. He's already experienced this, Kimbo, some kind of way. So he knows it. Either as a young teenage guy, in his 20s or something, he experienced this some kind of way. And he knows that, I can't use this body for evil.
And Kimber, you got to realize, I went to school in Monroe, Louisiana.
Yeah, no, I get that, but this ain't there.
Don't know why he did that, though. I'd have never chose a school in Monroe, Louisiana. I don't know why he done that.
I mean, it was right after Katrina. It was like we had to go somewhere. And
out of homeschool. Out of homeschool. That's got to be the most boring times of your life. You can't get that back.
No.
Can't get that back.
He had a good time. We've had conversations. He enjoyed his time out there.
I bet he did. Them country girls too. I know he did.
Yeah,
he did.
That's a
Write
conversation
book,
for a
I'm
different day. We gonna leave that alone.
I see you guys tomorrow.
All right, Josh. Later. My goodness. Yeah, no. Little things, little corrections of behavior have to start and stop letting people slide on that foolishness, because right now they are completely affirmed in their bad behavior, and we shouldn't have to be uncomfortable because they want to be comfortable. Make racist, sexist, misogynist, homophobes, all of them, classists, make them shamed again. You don't have to consort with people that you do not want to be affiliated with, but you do not have the right to be disrespectful to people because of stupid reasons like gender and who people desire and how much money they have. It's all gotta be respect, and then everybody will be okay. So yeah. Thank y'all for joining us here on the Front Porch and giving us 3 hours of your time that you will never get back. It has been a great conversation on this day after Carnival, the start of Lent. Hope you all have chosen what it is that you are going to have as a behavior modification during this Lenten season, if you so choose to indulge. And then make sure that you do something nice for somebody else, just because it's a nice thing to do, and to take care of yourselves and each other. And we're going to see y'all on the flip. Later, y'all.
Have you heard the secret of what New Orleans is talking about? I promise everything will be okay if you're listening here on the airwaves. It's that WBOK 12:30 a.m.
From the campus of Xavier University.
Yeah.
WBOK 1230 AM. Go. An Equity Media Station.
I'm Bree Wood with 4 Things You Should Know with BIN News. President Trump's Tuesday night address to Congress was the longest ever, highlighting his leadership and plans for the U.S. Several Democrats walked out in protest, and Black Texas Democrat Al Green was escorted out for yelling at Trump. The Supreme Court will decide if Mexico's $10 billion lawsuit against U.S. gun makers can proceed after hearing arguments. Mexico claims U.S. gun makers contribute to gun violence in the country. Both liberals and conservative justices questioned the lawsuit's validity. Washington, D.C.'s Black Lives Matter Plaza will be replaced with a mural project for America's 250th birthday. This follows a House bill to rename the area Liberty Plaza and remove the 2020 mural. And LeBron James, in his 22nd NBA season, became the first player to reach 50,000 combined regular season and postseason points. He achieved the milestone with his first basket against the New Orleans Pelicans on Tuesday. Get BIN News on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Break 'em.
Waking up in the morning, gotta thank God. I don't know, but today seems kinda odd. No barking from the dog, no small. And mama cooked the breakfast with no hog. I got my grub on, but didn't dig out. Finally got a call from a girl I wanted. So hooked it up for later as I hit the dough. Thinking, will I live another 24? I gotta go, cause I got me a drop top. And if I hit the switch, I can make that drop. Had to stop at a red light, looking in my mirror, not a jacker in sight, and everything is alright. I got a beat from Kim, and she can all night. Called up the homies and I'm asking y'all, which part are y'all playing basketball? Get me on the court and I'm troubled. Last week, around and got a triple-double. Freaking every way like MJ. I can't believe today was a good day. To the pad and hit the showers. Didn't even get no static from the cowards. Cause just yesterday, them fools tried to blast me. Saw the police and they rolled right past me. No flexing, didn't even look in a direction as I ran the intersection. Went to Show Dog's house, they was watching Yo on TV raps. What's the haps on the craps? Shake 'em up, shake 'em up, shake 'em up, shake 'em. Roll 'em in a circle of and watch me break 'em with the 7-11, 7-11, 7 even back door Little Joe. I picked up the cash flow. Then we played bones, and I'm yelling domino. Plus nobody I know got killed in South Central LA. Today was a good day. Left my house paid, picked up a girl, been trying to since the 12th grade. It's ironic, I had the boo, she had the chronic. The Lakers beat the Supersonics. I felt on the big fat fanny, pulled out the jammy and killed the poo nanny. And my runs deep, so deep, so deep, put her to sleep. Woke her up around 1. She didn't hesitate to call Ice Cube the Top Gun. Drove her to the pad and I'm coasting. Took another sip of the potion, hit the 3-wheel motion. I was glad everything had worked out. Dropped her off and then chirped out. Today was like one of those fly dreams. Didn't even see a berry flashing those high beams. No helicopter looking for a murder. 2 in the morning, got the fat burger. Even saw the lights of the Goodyear blimp, and it read Ice Cube's a pimp. Drunk as but no throwing up. Halfway home and my page is still blowing up. Today I didn't even have to use my AK. I gotta say it was a good day.
The following is a paid program and does not necessarily express the views or opinions of Equity Media, its management, staff, or affiliates of WBOK 1230.
Good Friday morning. I'm Daryl Forges with WDSU News, and here's your headlines. Today, the memorial of the victims of the Bourbon Street terrorist attack is moving from its original location at the site of the crash on Bourbon and Canal, and is set to be relocated at the Presbyterian Museum. The city says the victims' families are aware of the change and additional details are coming, but we do know there will be permanent signage at the Bourbon and Canal site. The IRS is reeling after firing more than 6,000 workers yesterday under President Donald Trump. A source familiar with the cuts says they're mainly aimed at probationary workers. The timing is setting off alarm bells, since most individuals have to file their taxes by April 15th.
The following is a paid program and does not necessarily express the views or opinions of Equity Media, its management, staff, or affiliates of WBOK 1230.
Good afternoon, New Orleans. Good afternoon, New Orleans. We welcome you to the latest edition of the New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce. My name is Anthony Bridges. I am the Vice President and Community Development Lender with NOLA Lending Group, a division of Fidelity Bank. And today I have with me a very special guest, the Honorable Elroy James, Judge, First City Court in the Parish of Orleans and President of Zulu. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Well, look, first thing, I bring you all greetings on behalf of the Regional Black Chamber of Commerce. And the Regional Black Chamber of Commerce is a resource and voice for black businesses and entrepreneurs in the New Orleans region. We support, promote, and educate our members for sustainable growth and expansion through advocacy. We host frequent networking events. We provide access to educational resources such as business and professional development, training, and other business resources and technical assistance. The New Orleans Regional Black Chamber was founded in 2016. We're excited for the work that we do in advocating and promoting black businesses. But today, a couple of days before Mardi Gras, we brought in the president of Zulu to talk about the organization and its impact on the city of New Orleans. So, as president of Zulu, what does this year Mardi Gras season mean for the organization and the city as a whole?
Well, for the city of New Orleans, it's going to mean big dollars. A few years ago, the Mayor's Mardi Gras Advisory Council, which consists of the crew captains for our 35 parading crews in the city of New Orleans, commissioned economic development study that suggests that for every dollar that's invested by the city of New Orleans, the return is $4. And so it's a 4-to-1 return on the city's dollars into the economic coffer of the city of New Orleans. And so I'm expecting billions of dollars to come in through the city, thousands of visitors and in the city. With respect to the Zulu Associated Pleasure Club, for us, we're excited about our ability to help minority-owned businesses, particularly at our London Gras Festival. I often talk about while many people are excited about the Friday Night Zulu Ball where we crown our king and queen. This year, king is Rodney P. Mason Jr., and Queen Zulu is his lovely wife, Kristen Bonds Mason. What's more exciting to me is our London Gras Festival, where we are able to showcase our many of our the city's favorite cooks and chefs, those who labor in the culinary arts space, those are in the places where we dine and are doing our regular everyday living in the city of New Orleans, and also invest dollars, put money in their pockets through the tens of thousands of individuals that would come to the Waldenberg Park, but also showcase our musicians, those things that make New Orleans what it is, our local jazz scene, our local live entertainment scene. And so I'm excited for Zulu because we will be continuing to do that, as well as entertain our guests at the Friday Night Experience and put on almost $1 million parade. We made a $1.5 million investment and some floats, so that sooner than later, our parade would be owned by the Zulu Associated and Pleasure Club, and we could properly depict the history of our organization. And so we're spending at great levels to preserve the culture of the city of New Orleans, but we're also showcasing the food and music, which makes New Orleans great.
I love that. So what advice would you give to local business owners who want to collaborate with Zulu or leverage Mardi Gras as an economic opportunity?
Look, I think there's some untapped potential. Again, I talk about our Lundi Gras Festival because that's one area where we're able to really do some great things. But I welcome the opportunity where we are able to use some of our local residents who have very creative minds and able to anchor our distribution center. Last night I was on a call with a young lady that I was gifted some beautifully designed coconuts, and she was just sharing with me, that's all I need is some space. I just need some space to come out, and I guarantee I could add value to your coconut distribution. And so I think those things are starting to happen. Reach out with your ideas. We are open to it, and would love to do a little bit more in that space.
Fantastic. So we also have joining with us New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce 2025 Chairman, Mr. Edward B. Coulon Smith.
I apologize for my tardiness, but you gotta keep in mind that this is carnival time, and if you're coming from across the river, floats will be moving to this side any time of the day. So keep that in mind, especially on Friday. If you're coming in town for the Zulu Coronation Ball on Friday, please start driving early, because that's going to be one hell of a trip, one hell of a drive. So I advise everybody to start early. And as Brandon Harris says on Channel 6 News, pack your patience.
Yes.
So one of the things, for the President, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you accepted my invitation, our invitation to be here. But one of the things that we did ask King-elect 2025 Rodney P. Mason Jr. on last week is to speak on the business opportunities and how Zulu does business with black businesses all throughout the year. Because most people only think of Zulu as the parade, as the Coronation Ball, and don't realize that we're a year-round organization.
Yeah. As president, I don't know if I appreciate that about the organization being year-round, because what many people don't understand and realize that this is a labor of love for all of its members. We don't get paid to do what we do, and there's some great opportunities out of our budget, our operating budget. A large percentage is really around Mardi Gras time, but we are able to do business year-round with the Rhodes family, our Modise, Leslie and Gwen, are minority-owned women who design and outfit our Zulu maids. Our king and queen also often use different designers. The queen, for the last few years, our Queens of Zulu have been going to this one particular local-owned designer who's doing great work with them. Outside of that, our Toys for Tots drive, we're always looking for opportunities to add value there. So, to your point, Coulon, year-round, there's always opportunities. I'm not sure whether or not our community know how to tap into the organization to bring ideas to us so that we could continue to develop plans to support our community. But there's always opportunities out there.
So we all know Zulu is well known for its philanthropic efforts. Can you share some of the key initiatives the organization is currently focused on?
I'm glad you say that we all know about our philanthropic efforts. I would push back a little bit. I don't think we do a great job of telling the community about what we're doing. And I really don't know whether or not we ought to be in that space. I believe what we do in Zulu is because we identify a gap and we answer the clarion call. And so we certainly have our Junior Zulu program where we member service mentors to our black boys in the community between the ages of,
12 and 21.
12 and 21. Then certainly we providing scholarships if they decide to go off and pursue their education. The dollars that's generated for our scholarship program is something that our Zulu members contribute above and beyond their dues and assessments. Likewise, we're providing Zulu scholarships to our Zulu maids. We always, every year since Hurricane Katrina, we have been hosting what has been becoming a very large Toys for Tots event, where we put toys in the hands of needy children during the community. We've identified that, unlike us when we were youth, our kids aren't riding bicycles as often as they used to and playing outside. So we've moved that program into putting some technology in their hands that support the academic pursuits during the academic year. So we're giving computers out for that event. And also we partnered with Inspired NOLA, who were in our Zulu Community Service Foundation, where every year in the month of August, we're providing school supplies back to getting our children off to a great start. And so those are pillars inside of our organization, touch points inside our organization where we intentionally are doing things. But it's not uncommon for on a monthly basis when the board of directors meet, where we get calls and letters from our community members asking for identifying needs, and where we can find some opportunity to support those organizations, those individuals. We do that as well. I guess I would be remiss to say that this organization started as a benevolent society where we supply bearer needs for our members. In recent years, I have seen, it's unfortunate that when we are transitioning to our final resting place, sometimes we are not prepared for that, right? And so we have been having to step up a little bit more and help defray costs of funerals for our Zulu members, which we proudly do, because that is certainly the independence of the organization and what we were founded to do. Do we consider that as you call it, philanthropic? That is certainly where we are going above and beyond, helping needy families during the most difficult times.
Now, with that being said, you spoke on two things, Junior Zulu and Benevolent Society. So in June, the New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce has a men's event that's coming up, and I will be putting out the call to Zulu, my brothers.
I'm not surprised.
Zulu and everybody else to say, hey, we need y'all to participate.
Yep.
One of the things that last year that we did speak on, and had a session on was men's wealth.
Yep.
And that was particularly talking about getting your financial affairs in order before you die.
Yep.
And a lot of people, especially us, the African-American community, don't always have that in place. So you have a whole bunch of fish sales, fish dinners, chicken dinners, and then they went to, what's that GoFundMe.
Yeah, GoFundMe, yeah.
So all that was going on. So that is still an issue. That is still a problem. So that is something that we're still going to need to talk about.
Yep.
So our black business owners, if you do sit in that seat, I will be making a call to the funeral homes, and particularly, Edmund. You know who I'm talking about. What's that funeral home? Professional. Special professional. Things of that nature, so y'all can come and be a part of that discussion and lead that discussion about having your affairs in order before you come to the funeral home and have no money and have to wait 3-4 months before you get buried. So that is something that we always got to look at. That is something that, because everybody's born to die.
That's right.
And I'm wearing a Sean Strong shirt today because of my good friend, Sean Wallace, who was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And he put up a hell of a fight, because if anybody knows about pancreatic cancer, you normally don't last too long. Yeah. So we will be putting him to rest on Friday morning at 10 o'clock, and then I will be making my way down the highway back here for the Zulu Ball. So, Brother President, I want you to tell us, how has it been to be the president of the Zulu Associated Pleasure Club, and does it feel with this being your last Mardi Gras as president?
Man, I'm excited. I'm really excited to finish what has been a long 7 years. Leadership is tough. I've enjoyed it because, Kulong, I joined the organization at 19. Some people believe I was the first Junior Zulu, but we didn't have the Junior Zulu program back then. I joined the organization because there was an interest, and probably I didn't know what I didn't know, right? And so it's been an honor to serve an organization who I think is largely responsible for where I sit at today as a judge in the city of New Orleans. But it's also been difficult from the perspective of, I believe that we are benefactors of some hard work that men before us put in when the organization's stature in the community was not as large as it was. I had the honor of seeing some of those guys work around the boardroom table when finances or money for to support the organization was tight. And so I believe I've carried the burden of preserving a historic organization for those guys who are no longer here, which I did not understand the weight of that. But it is certainly
it was ahead.
It has been. It's been very arduous task, but I think we've been able to make some progress. The organization is certainly very, very well structured, very financially sound. We've done a great job preserving the history and culture of the city of Mardi Gras, Zulu, and we've been able to start planting the seeds for continued growth in the organization. So I believe there's a time and a season, and so my season has run, and I think I need to stand back and allow and support the vision of the next administration and give some guidance and some wisdom to things that they don't know they will be encountering.
Okay.
So I'm going to stop and tell you a little bit about more about the Regional Black Chamber of Commerce. And then, Judge, I'd like to ask you a question about your journey in becoming a judge. Oh, wow. But the New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce actively engages with the New Orleans business community year-round, advocating for members, hosting networking events, and providing educational resources to support black businesses. Our mission is to empower and sustain business growth in Louisiana, emphasizing the importance of active member participation for success. So some might ask, why should I join a Regional Black Chamber of Commerce? And as in weeks past, I'll give you 3 reasons. Reason number 1 is the buying power of black businesses is on the rise. More and more large companies are looking to partner with and work with minority business owners. And where might you find the largest collection of minority business owners other than with the Regional Black Chamber of Commerce? Reason number 2, that same population of large companies and agencies seek out the New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce because of our ability to effectively connect minority businesses to opportunities. And the 3rd reason I'll give you today is creating opportunities for our members is our top priority. It is our goal to ensure our member businesses and organizations bring value to the business community, that they are competitive, and that they be sustainable for future generations. So there's plenty more reasons why you should join the Regional Black Chamber of Commerce. And for that, I'll direct you to our website at norbchamber.org. Or you can contact our great chairman at
norbcc.chairman2025@gmail.com.
So, Judge, can you tell us a little bit about your journey to becoming a judge? Like, what inspired you to pursue this career?
I began my my legal career as a judicial law clerk in Civil District Court back in 2000, serving about 2001 to 2023 under with the Honorable C. Hunter King. So it was my gateway into the judicial system. After 20 years of practicing law, I never really realized what I was doing was public service. I was with the Attorney General's office, defending cases on behalf of the state of Louisiana, the Louisiana Department of Revenue, representing the state of Louisiana on both plaintiff and defendant side. Never thought it to be a career in public service. So after I moved into while at the Attorney General's office, and then I wound up becoming the president of the Zulu Associated and Pleasure Club, where I was able to always be in the community to some of the stuff we identify, filling the needs and gaps in the community. I realized that what seemed to be evident that was that I was a public servant. Not realizing it, I was just going by doing what I think you do and help people where you can. I received a call from some lawyers in the city of New Orleans about my interest to serve on the bench and their willingness to want to support me and see me move in that capacity. Prayed about it, thought about it, and made a run. First time unsuccessful. Taught me a whole lot about the politics in the city of New Orleans. There's always said if you could run and win in Zulu, you could deal with the politics in the city of New Orleans. Turned to be to be truthful. The politics in Zulu is much more brutal than the politics in the city of New Orleans. And so when I got the call about it, running the second time, and that there were some individuals, community leaders who wanted to support me, and the lawyers wanted to support the run, kind of dusted myself off and got myself ready for another run. And it was probably one of the greatest decisions I've made. Really enjoying it, a whole lot of service in the city of New Orleans.
Fantastic. So if you have any questions about the New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce, you want to chime into the discussion with the Honorable Judge Elroy James, give us a call right now, 504-582-9422. We'll be waiting for your call.
Brother President.
Brother Coulon.
I've thanked you personally. Now I want to thank you publicly for in 2022 when I was Zulu Witch Doctor, for the things that you did for that character class. You know, we was coming in right after on the heels of COVID. So it was a lot going on. There's a lot that we couldn't do. And but you still allowed us to do several different things, and that was a very difficult year for not only the world, the city of New Orleans, but in particularly the Zulu Associated Pleasure Club, because we lost a lot of members during that time. But you held fast. We couldn't meet. We met over phone, and that's when we came up with the Zulu prayer call.
Yeah.
But it was a lot going on at that time, but you held it together. You held all of us together, and here we are. So therefore, it was very, very good for me to be a part of that character class to bring all of us back. And as always, Zulu has always led the way from coming out of crises, from coming out of horrible things that have transpired. So here it is again with January the 1st massacre. Here we are once again at the front of everything that's going on with not only Carnival, not only Mardi Gras, but everything going on in the city of New Orleans. So thank you, Brother President. And can you leave us with some lasting words?
We got time.
We got time.
Well, look, Coulon, I do want to say this because you're able to actually physically watch me do two things at one time, talk to your listeners and talk about Zulu, and you'll see my phone is nonstop.
Right.
That speaks to the volume of interest in the Zulu Coordination Ball on Friday night. So when you go to your members, tell him that from the time he sat down, he's been looking at the phone because it won't stop ringing. Right. But no, what I will say is that it certainly was an honor to serve the organization. I've had my moments where I've thought about how could I be so fortunate, but at the same time carry such a huge burden because, as you identified, we dealt with some very tough issues, COVID, the pandemic, which just shook the organization. You were part of the class that brought the picnic to October time because of our abilities to trying to adjust to social distance. And then we came back off some turbulent times in the city of New Orleans with our community and take them down NOLA and those aspects. Then we got through that movement. Then we faced with the tragic events of January 1. But the Zulu Associated Pleasure Club has done what it has always done, was willing to stand up the culture and tradition of the Zulu in the city of New Orleans. And so I have not spoke about the organization and all the 35 crews who've dedicated their parade this year to the 14 lives lost on January 1st. But it was certainly an honor when the Mayor's Murder Advisory Council met to talk about how do we celebrate their lives, that Zulu stood as we did, as we always do, willing to stand in the gap. And so I'm honored to say that this parade is dedicated to those lives lost. And, what they say is, like Phoenix, we rise.
That's right. So I do want to ask you one question before you leave us with your lasting words. So as the outgoing president, what do you see as your legacy over the past 7 years, and what would you like to see the organization do moving forward?
Yeah, I think my biggest legacy is going to be the level financial stability I was able to bring to the organization over the last 5 years. Just making sure that we are operating with reasonable margins, our stores producing, generating revenues at optimum levels. We're going through some of our internal controls to make sure we're accountable to the members' assets who we have the fiduciary duty to protect. And while at the same time maintaining the highest level of integrity that I believe that the office of president dictates and that we should be about as leaders of organizations and leaders in the community. And so I think that will be historians like Coulon were right. Through over the last 7 years, I've been able to elevate the organizations.
Fantastic. So we do have a caller on the line that wants to chime in on the conversation.
Good morning, good afternoon, gentlemen. This is Monica Renee, and I just wanted to say thank you so much, Judge James, for being such an exemplary, not only member of the community, but also in representing this esteemed organization or what have you. You guys do a lot, and as Coulon says, heavy is the crown.
Yes.
You know? But you all have done an absolutely